you found it, comments, and liked it. So that is super awesome. Very happy with that, because that's eventually why we make those videos, right? For you guys to watch them, to like them, to leave comments, to share your opinions, to share your thoughts. And that's been going really well. I'm really happy with the community that we are building together. In general, all the comments are very supportive, very nice. People are interacting with each other, having respectful discussions, so that's great. I'm really thankful for that. What I'm also thankful for is the general support that I have been getting the past couple of months. As you might know, before I started the series, my channel was not growing. I didn't think my videos through. I was just vlogging and so that support is great. And you have not only been supporting me by watching my videos, a few of you have also supported me through my last video by donating coffee. Oh, right. Okay. Am I back now? Talking about my most recent video, and that I talked about how you can support my channel other than by watching the videos. And oh, frozen again. And I mentioned buy me a coffee. So I mentioned buy me a coffee, and I actually had a few people who bought me a coffee, which I'm super grateful for. Some of you actually mentioned a specific coffee brand for me to go to, Tim Hortons. So I actually went to Tim Hortons to get coffee on Sunday. So thank you for that. And that all because of this 10 years in China series, which has been quite successful, I'd say. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the production of the series, how the series came about, how I came up with the idea. Thank you, Justin. Glad to hear it's better now. So I'm going to talk about how I came up with the idea, how Miguel and I worked on that series together, so the production part of it. I'm going to talk about some challenges we had, my favorite episodes, and I'd love to hear from you what your favorite episodes were. So if you don't know yet, think about that. So And I think in June or July, I realized that my 10 years in China was coming up soon. It was in August. And I thought I wanted to do something special for that, to kind of celebrate it. And I was thinking, I thought, well, 10 is kind of a nice number. So then I continued to think, and I came up with the idea of making 10 videos about living in China for 10 years, and that I would talk about 10 things, like a list of 10 things. And I started, and then at the beginning, I have to say, my first draft of the very first video was actually pretty bad. So Miguel helped me out, and together we made it a lot better, I'd say. Yeah, and that's how we started. And then he got really involved and helped me out a lot with the filming, also the editing. And that's how the series came about. Now, some of the challenges were actually the time. We have to film everything over the weekend because I work full time. Miguel doesn't work at the moment, so he has a lot of time to edit the videos. That's how we have been able to publish a video almost every week, because he has been working a lot on them when I am at work. So we go out on the weekends to film. I write the script. Some of the scripts I write, he has written a few. And those were the main challenges. Finding locations and finding clips as well were hard, because some of the things that we talked about were so long ago, and it was really long before we started to film. So we don't have any footage of things that happened 10 years ago. And even things that we talked about in most recent videos about things that have changed, like, and that shocked me, like spitting or smoking. Those are not things that you usually film. So that was quite a bit of a challenge. What also was difficult was the audio. You might have noticed that some of the audio is very different in certain parts of a video. That is because we have more than one camera, smaller vlogging camera and a bigger camera. And the vlogging camera is actually pretty good, but there's no microphone. Hey, so yeah, that was a struggle, not having a microphone sometimes. So that's why sometimes we have audio from the camera, and sometimes we'd had audio from the microphone from the other camera, which was very different. And sometimes you could hear that. So that is one of the things that we want to invest in the future, is a good microphone that we can use with both cameras, and that is wireless. And so I can actually walk around and don't have to stand still in one spot, because the microphone we currently have is wired. You have to plug it in. So, and the cord is quite short, so it can't move around a lot. So that is something we want to invest in the future as we continue to make these videos. And we'll definitely use the money from the coffees that some of you have bought for me for us to do that, as well as stock footage. As you have seen, we have some really, really old footage in there and not really good footage. So as we continue to make videos and as we continue to grow, we are looking to, well, first create more footage ourselves, go out, film more footage, B-roll. But if we can't find that, we want to have proper stock footage. And then the next step is, I think I will release this when I hit 15,000 subscribers. So just 1,000 more before we hit that. I think I'm going to release memberships on my YouTube channel. It's like Patreon or whatever other platform people use. A lot of people use Patreon, but I decided I want to stay with YouTube, so everything is in one place. So I'm really excited about starting that as soon as we hit 15,000 subscribers. And to give you a little bit of a teaser, a little bit of information, I think I will be sharing there more behind the scenes stuff. So more photos, maybe more Instagram-like stories, as well as like vlogs or day trips that might not be as interesting for the main channel, but you guys might like to see me go vlogging if I do go on a day trip. around Beijing, for example. I have some footage from day trips from a while back that I haven't put out on the channel yet, but I think that would be really fun to see on the membership part, because it's more candid and less scripted. But that will go out in, I don't know, maybe the beginning of the new year. Oh, wow. I'm looking at the comments as well right now. Strip Bear, thank you so much for that donation. And thank you. Well, I'm glad to hear that you love my work. Yeah, I love making it. And I'm trying to show the real China, yes. Give a balance of what I see, like the positive and the negative. That's what some of the people have been commenting in my videos as well, like that it's a balanced view, not one or the other side. Let me scroll through a few more comments as I look. Hi from Delft. Hey, hello there in Delft. I hope you're okay there in Delft in the Netherlands. I've never been there, but I heard it's nice. Oh, Justin, yes, I can read it. 欢迎来马来西亚旅行. Oh, I would love to go back to Malaysia. I've been there a couple of times. Actually, you will see some really funny photos of me in my next video. Of me going to Malaysia. I'll talk a little bit more about that later on. But yeah, Malaysia 好热的。我一生对会 not sure about that. I cannot read it entirely. Yes, Sabah. That's a place I would love to go. Well, 4 a.m. That's early, yeah. 你是做怎么工作? Oh, I can't read that one character in there, Zhang Zhang. I'm not sure what that means, but I do work full time. Oh, good question. I will answer your question later, Eric, when at the fourth part of this video during my Q&A. So I talked a little bit about the 10-year series, about how it came about, the difficulties, the challenges, and the donations I asked for in my previous video, or if you could buy me a coffee and how we would use that money. Now, I want to talk a little bit about my favorite episodes, and I want to hear your favorite episodes. Personally, might not be a surprise to you, I really liked the making the food episode about the 10 of my favorite dishes here in China, favorite snacks. It was a combination of both, to be honest, but that was a lot of fun to make. If I would have had the chance, I would have gone out and eat all of those foods again. But unfortunately, we couldn't do that. That was a lot of fun to make because, yeah, I love not all the food, but a lot of the food. And after I put up that video, I realized that there is so much food I haven't tried yet. There were so many comments of people who are living in different parts of the country that say, oh, who said, oh, you should really try this food. You should really try this dish. Come to the south, come to Yunnan. So I hope that in the future, when traveling is easier again, that I can go to the south of China and eat some of the food there and the local dishes there, because I've seen photos. It looks delicious. I've also seen photos of food from Yunnan, that those dishes also look amazing, and I'm really looking forward to trying that. So I hope I can do that. So that was a lot of fun to make that video. The other videos that I really enjoyed making were the ones about the train, because traveling by train is so cool. It's so easy. I really enjoy it. Here in China, it's easy to travel around. It's comfortable. And in general, I really enjoy train travel. In 2019, yes, last year. Yeah, in the summer of 2019, Miguel and I actually did a whole trip by train. We traveled from Moscow all the way back to Beijing, which was it was an event of a lifetime. It was something I'd wanted to do for a long time. We finally did it, and it was amazing. The videos of that trip are also on my channel. So if you haven't watched those yet and you want to see what that was like, you can check them out. And finally, another favorite of my video on the channel that for a series that I made was the travel episode about traveling in China. Yeah, because it just brought all the memories back of all the trips I had made, like going to Harbin, going to exploring Xinjiang area, just the west of China. There are just so many beautiful and amazing places here in the country. And according to a lot of you, and I haven't seen some of the best places. Hangzhou was mentioned a couple of times, Huangshan. And it's funny that those places were mentioned because I've actually been there. I went to Hangzhou in 2010 or 2011, and I went to Huangshan a couple of years ago. But those places didn't make it to the list. They were nice, but not as nice and impressive to me as maybe to some other people. Well, I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. So yeah, and also that video, as people were commenting on that video, I saw a lot of places mentioned that I had never heard of before. So I had to Google those, and then I saw some really beautiful places. I can't remember all the names exactly now. I know people mentioned Zhoujiaigou, and yeah, that is a place I've been wanting to go to for a long time. I've seen the pictures of like the emerald green water, and it's so pretty there, especially before the earthquake. After the earthquake, a lot of the landscapes there were damaged. Like I think the waterfall even collapsed. And at the moment, I believe it's still closed for foreign tourists. But I really hope to go there one day and spend some time there because it's supposed to be so, so pretty. And then also Yunnan was mentioned a lot. And I actually have been in a part of Yunnan in 2011 and 11 on the first trip that Miguel and I went on together. But that was in winter, Chinese New Year. And I would love to go back and see more of that. So yeah, and then in the south, there's a lot more to see. There were so many places that I still have to go. And Miguel, he is not around. He is out of town right now, so he's not here with me at the house. But he told me, okay, let them know as we were prepping for the live stream that his favorite episode was the final one about how China has changed over 10 years. And he had multiple reasons for that. First of all, because he was the one who planned it out, who edited the video. So he feels like, oh yeah, it's like kind of his little project that he really enjoyed making and working on. And also just the fact that so many things have changed. Like that list with 10 things that have changed is only like the tip of the iceberg, basically, because so many other things have changed here in China and how China has developed. And we haven't even touched on that in that video. And just looking at what the situation was like 10 years ago and what it is like now, it's just so impressive. Because 10 years is nothing it might seem a long time, right? On the lifespan of somebody, if you're in your 30s like I am, 10 years could be a long time. But if you look at it overall in history, 10 years is nothing. And the things that China has achieved in those 10 years are pretty impressive. So that was his favorite episode. Let me know in a comment, in the chat. I want to hear from you. What was your favorite episode? We did my favorite reasons why I live in China. We did traveling in China, tips for traveling in China, train travel. We did working in education, food, things that shocked me, the things that changed, things that annoyed or puzzled me, and one more that I can't think of right now. But which one was your favorite? Just highlighting this comment from JL. He loves to listen to my videos while studying. It's very calming. Oh, thank you. Nice to hear that my videos are calming. Oh, you like the food one too? That's good. Um, it's very zie je Sue can speak Dutch. Goedenavond. Delft is nice. Intelligent lockdown at home. Yeah, the Netherlands still in lockdown or again. And commonly, you must know it is very windy outside. Geniet van je wind. And then when it's very windy outside and it feels cold, we call it waterkoud. Yeah, the wind chill is usually pretty bad at that in the Netherlands. So, right. So only JL shared that his favorite one was food. I think the most popular video was the one in which I talked about the 10 reasons I love living in China. And the food video has done well. And the two most recent videos have done really well as well. Most people wanted to know about how China changed and what shocked me when I first came here, but doesn't shock me anymore. So now let's talk a little bit about the title of this live stream. What comes after 10 years in China? Because the 10 years in China series is over. I've made 10 videos, 10 episodes, and it's time to move on. I don't want to give up. I really enjoy it, and you guys seem to enjoy my videos now. So I definitely want to continue making videos as much as I can together with Miguel. Just having to see how I can manage everything because it takes a lot of time, especially since I'm also working a full-time job. But the video that we are planning on publishing next week is the video which will have a title like The Reasons I Came to China. Why did I come to China? Why did I leave the Netherlands behind? So that is a video I'm working on currently and that we hopefully will release coming Thursday. And that's going to be an interesting one, I think. Mostly because you're going to see some really, really old footage from 10 years ago and even from longer ago. I will be talking about the first time I went abroad, like outside of Europe, which was in 2005. And I'll have some photos of that trip that I will be sharing. And I am also going to be talking about my interest in traveling and cultures and where that interest came from. And I was kind of like brought up with something. I don't want to give away too much yet. It's a little bit of a teaser. So I was brought up with something that really got me interested in new cultures and traveling and different countries. And my mom just actually sent me some photos through WhatsApp the other day that I asked her for because I didn't have them. They're in albums in the Netherlands. And she shared those photos, and they're photos from like mini Yvonne. I think I was like 7 or 8. Some photos I was 11. There's a few that I was 13, 14. So all from little to older. And yeah, I'm going to put them up, but I'll have to get over that because they're pretty special, so to say. They're like kind of funny, but it'll be fun. So that is the first video that I'll be putting up after the series is over, so next week. And then after that, we're planning on sorry, I in the corner of my eye I saw Lennon's comment who said you have to prepare. Now it's 20 years in China. I don't know if I'm going to be in China for 20 years. I'm halfway there. I never thought I was going to be in China for 10 years. So who knows? Who knows? Might happen. So yeah, the reasons I came to China, I will also make a video about the cost of living here in Beijing for the new year. That will be out in the new year because this year I really focus on training Um, so yeah, we might make a video about the destination that we're going. We haven't booked our tickets yet, but we hope to go on a trip in the end of this month. And if we go on a trip, we will definitely make a video about that trip, or 2 videos. It's, uh, Um, if any ideas for videos that you would like to see, let me know in the comment under this video when it comes up, when it shows on my channel. So if people see your idea, I hope they will like that idea. And if an idea gets many likes, then yeah, who knows, we might make that video. So those are a little bit of the plans for the channel in the future for the next year. We have more ideas, but I'm not gonna share all of the ideas, because who knows, they might change, or we might come up with other ideas. So I don't want to make any promises. But like I said, the first one is going to be about why I came to China. And then now the final part of the live stream. To invest in a better internet connection, I guess. I don't know why it's so bad. But Q&A, I had a few questions on my Instagram. One of them was from long 20893, if I have any plans to come to Indonesia. I would love to visit Indonesia, and then mainly the nature. I used to, back like years ago, I really wanted to go to Bali, but I think that has really changed. The island is changing. The image that I have of the island has changed, so I don't really feel the urge to go there anymore. But I would love to see the islands, because there's so much nature that I would like to explore there. Oh, all right, Strip Bear. I just see that you have to go to lunch. Enjoy your lunch and enjoy the rest of your day. Again, thank you for joining the live stream, and thank you for your support, your super sticker. Really appreciate that. Okay, let's scroll back and see if we can find some questions. Okay, so why Zhao? Yeah, so I work in education at a school here in Beijing, but I'm helping teachers with technology in the classroom and how they can use that. So I'm not directly working with a lot of students. Here is a question. 你认识中国汉字吗? Do you know Chinese characters? A few, yes. I know a couple of Chinese characters. People have asked me actually to make videos in Chinese. Not sure about that. But yes, I can read Chinese. So when I first came here, I didn't speak a single word of Chinese. Then when I was in Shaoxing, I studied a little bit of Chinese, but not too much, nowhere near what I can do now. And when I went to Shenyang in the north and I used Chinese that I learned in Shaoxing, like I was lost. Nobody had a clue what I was saying, and I had no clue what people were saying to me. So I realized that, like, the Chinese and the accents, it's different in each area of the country, each region. So in Shenyang, sorry, in Shenyang, I didn't have many classes. I did teach there at a university. And when I was teaching there, I only had a few classes, so I had a lot of free time, and I was allowed to join the program, the Chinese program for foreign students. So then, the first half year, the first semester of 2012, I went to classes like almost every day to study Chinese, and that really helped me to get the foundations. I really learned my tones, pronunciation, all the mo, po, for, the things you learn. And then as summer came, I didn't keep up my Chinese. Oh, the biggest push in my Chinese was in 2015. At the end of 2014, I had to go back to the Netherlands, and I had to stay there for a while. I was in the Netherlands for 3 months, and I um, didn't have a job anymore. Like, my contract had come to an end. But Miguel was still here, and I really wanted to come back to China because, like, my life is here, and that is when I decided to go to school and study Chinese for a year. So in 2015, I studied Chinese for a year at the university here in Beijing. Did 2 semesters of Chinese, and that really helped a lot. My Chinese improved a lot. My Mandarin improved a lot. I took the HSK 5 at the end of a year of studying at the university. I can still speak it. I still understand when people talk to me. I can still read characters, but not as many as I used to read and understand because I just didn't keep up with it. So I still remember a lot of characters, but I've also forgotten a lot of them. Okay, let's scroll down. Winter's coming, yeah. Ooh, maybe 10 things you must do in China. Oh, yeah, like what should you do? Oh, that could be an idea. A video, another 10 video. Maybe for the future, I will definitely write it down. Um, 你都要 I love blonde girls. 不太会中文，我不太会用英文. Oh, somebody who is typing, they can't really speak Chinese or speak English. Oh, Ivan is asking, hello, sorry if you have answered it already, but is it possible to obtain a work visa as a non-native English teacher? I have not answered that question in this live stream yet. I know it's going to be very hard. In recent years, like, the rules have become really, really strict when it comes down to teachers of the English language and the requirement that you have to be a native speaker from a specific country. The rules have become very strict, which makes it a lot easier That's another thing that has changed in the past 10 years. And I think it's for the better. Sometimes it's for the better, maybe not always, because I definitely think that you can be an English teacher even if you're not a native speaker. Um, Not to brag, but I'm not a native speaker, and I would say my English is at a native level. It's not. I will never be a native speaker, but it's close to it. So I think if your English is of a certain level and you can prove that with a TOEFL course, or so you can prove that your English is good enough, I think you should be able to teach. 10 years ago, it was a lot easier. Like you could even like get a visa if you were not even working here. You can buy visas. Um, so there's has been a lot of changes, and it's a lot harder to get a visa now as a non-native speaker. Mm. If you can absolutely work in education though if you do something else. Like if you are like a history teacher or geography or social studies, you don't have to be a native speaker. So if that's something you could do or you would be interested in, I believe it is possible to come here and work in education. Let's see. Um, oh, I'm not sure. Justin says, "Oh, I thought you from Russia. Did you think I was from Russia?" Many like here, a lot of people. No, a lot of people is maybe exaggerated, but people here often think that I am from Russia. Um, 我还不是 reading through some of the comments. So um I skipped through it. Like, oh, there's a lot of Chinese ones all of a sudden. Oh, the life is not. Yeah, I know. See, a lot of you are talking about um how the connection is ka. It's like very choppy and it's breaking up. Fortunately, there's nothing I can do about that right now. I guess I'll have to invest in a better internet connection if I want to do more live streams. Um, I saw another question just now. Oh, I'm from the Netherlands, born and raised in a small town in the northern part of the Netherlands. Somebody actually recognized the train station that I put in one of my videos when I was talking about the small town I was born in. So yeah, if you want to know exactly where I grew up, you can find it in a comment. So I was born in the Netherlands, lived there for almost all of my life, studied abroad for a little bit, and then in 2010 I came to China. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. To see all these comments. 都下了是好卡 very choppy about it. So I'm a bit curious, do you feel uncomfortable while being direct in China? I try not to be too direct, to be honest, because I know that not everybody likes it, especially outside of my work when I don't know people. But at my work, like I've been at my work for a couple of years now, and most of the people who I work with have been there for a couple of years, so we know each other quite well, and people know I am direct, and sometimes it's how would I put it? They know I'm that direct, but sometimes it still comes across as maybe not so kind or mean, but they luckily know that I don't mean it that way. It's just maybe the way I communicate or I choose my words because still English is my second language. So sometimes something might come across as direct, but I don't mean it that way. I think sometimes like Chinese can also be quite direct, especially when asking the questions that I talked about in one of my videos about where are you, like, how much money do you make? Are you married? Are you going to have children? Those are pretty direct questions for me as well. So I think like Chinese can be direct. I don't really feel too uncomfortable with that. Um, which coffee shop do you like best in China? I right now I'm drinking from the B Select. It's pretty good coffee. I have like a little B Select. It's a convenience store. I have that shop right around the corner of my house, and I like getting a coffee there. It's decent coffee. I don't have a favorite. I go to all of them, the change, but I do like going to small coffee shops that are privately owned. Yeah, I like going there and supporting the people who own those little coffee shops rather than the big brands and the big chains. Well, whole conversations about wall jumpers. Oh, oh, leuk. Leuk. Een vraag in het Nederlands. Ik reageer meteen in het Nederlands. I said, oh, fun, that's cool. A question in Dutch. Hey Yvonne, voel je je daar? Sorry. Hey Yvonne, do you feel at home there? Yes, I do feel at home here. I've been here for 10 years. That's getting old. But yeah, I've been here for so long and I really feel home here. I like being here. I'm familiar with a lot of aspects of the culture. I blend in. I mean, blend in is not the right way to say it, but I can get around. I can do all the things that I would want to do in the Netherlands. I can do those because I can communicate with the people. I really think it helps a lot that I speak the language. That makes things a lot easier because it's easier for me to connect with people and communicate with them. I think if you don't speak the language, it will be harder to feel at home. I do have to say that sometimes now, recently, we start to miss a house, a home of our own. We do rent a place, and the place we are in is okay, but not the best. Some pieces, some parts of the house are falling apart. So it's like it's just a house we live in. It's not our home. We've tried to make it homey. We have some photos and posters on the wall, but still, it's not our stuff. Like the furniture belongs to the apartment. Um, so that is less. That makes me feel less at home. It's not a home. It's a house. But in the country here in Beijing, I do feel at home, but not so much in the house. Okay. Well, what is this? 你是英文老师吗？答案是你是荷兰人。小外甥。我不是英文老师，但是我在一个学校工作，但是我不当老师，我在帮别的老师。对，我是荷兰人。所以 yes, Xiao Wai Chen asked me if I'm an English teacher because I'm Dutch. So how does that work? And my answer is like, no, I'm not a teacher in the classroom. I support teachers with technology, things like that, and then you don't have to be a native speaker. 荷兰 yeah. 英文简单，我看过几本英文学作品。Zhang Zhang asks if English is easy, and he's read a few books, I believe, or no, 作品. I don't know. It's hard to say if English is easy. It depends, really. I think if you put the effort and time in, because I never passed my tests in middle school and high school. I almost often failed. I almost often. I often failed my tests. See, I'm still not very good. um, so it wasn't easy, but if you continue to practice and you put yourself out there and you just try, it's okay to make mistakes, then you will get better and better at it. Some Oh, you've been in the Netherlands for more than 1 year. Netherlands is a beautiful country. I agree. It is a nice country, Xiaobai. I haven't been there in over a year now. Last time I was there was in 2018, almost 2 years ago. Yeah, I was there Chinese New Year 2018, so that's almost 2 years ago that I haven't been to the Netherlands, and I haven't seen most of my family members. Oh, here's another question. Linen520 is asking me if I have a TikTok channel. No, I don't have a TikTok channel. I just have my YouTube channel, and I have an Instagram account. I don't have, to be honest, I don't have time to also manage another channel. So if you want to follow me somewhere else than only on YouTube, you can check out my Instagram. You can find me under the same name, Go Yvonne. And I post photos there, obviously, and also small stories. Usually, it's those stories are behind the scenes stories, so little video clips or photos from when we go film. So if you are interested in that and want to see more, oh, comments jumped. Well, we're still seeing more people come. It's good to see that so many of you are joining this live stream. Where is it? Oh, my favorite dish. Yeah, you gotta watch my video about food if you want to find out what my favorite Chinese dish is. And did I learn how to cook any dish? No, I'm a terrible cook. I have done a few cooking courses. I have done a cooking course in Yeah, I once did a cooking course in Yangshuo, which was a lot of fun, and I learned to make some like egg dumplings with pork, which is really tasty. But I have never tried to make those things at home again. I would love to, but for some reason I never get to it. It's probably when I leave China that I will start cooking Chinese food myself. Oh yeah, Justin is saying it's a good idea to get a TikTok account, Douyin. Yes, but I believe you need to have a 身份证, a Chinese ID card to register Douyin these days, and I don't have that, so that might make it harder for me. Zhang Zhang is asking, 荷兰人都会几种外语吧? Or it's more like a statement because ba is like a statement. I think so though. Yeah, a lot of the Dutch people speak more than one language. They often speak Dutch, obviously, and then their second language is often French. French? Gosh, no. What am I saying? English, of course. I was thinking about what languages I studied, so that's why I said French. No, most people speak Dutch and English as their second language, but there are other people a lot of people who speak another language. So I studied in high school German and also French. So I could speak those languages just as good as I spoke English back then in 15, 20 years ago. But I don't speak them anymore, so they're all gone away. Right now, I just speak Dutch, English, and Chinese. No, I don't speak Japanese. Let's see. Oh, all the comments are in Chinese. I wonder, would you like me to sometime try and do a live stream in Chinese or make a video in Chinese? So, M is also asking, is there only Chinese here or only Chinese speaking? It's okay, if you cannot speak Chinese, but I must be harder, yeah, in the comments. If you want to join into the conversation in the chat, then it's harder to to take part in that if you cannot read. Oh, this is 荷兰人，德国南都 Oh, I can't read all of those. This is a good. This gives you guys a good idea of what I can read and cannot. Whoa. There's Oh, yeah. Goudse Oh, somebody's asking another question in Dutch about Niels. Hey Niels, bedankt voor je vraag. Leuk. Hey Yvonne, wat vind je van de koude winters in China? Hey Yvonne, what do you think of the cold winters in China? Beijing is not that cold. It started like to drop below freezing this week, last week. It's getting colder. It's not bad. Like people tell me I'm a little bit crazy because I continue to ride my bike everywhere in winter, but that's just what I'm used to. Like I did that in the Netherlands too. I would bike everywhere, even in winter. The only thing I don't like about the winters here, especially in Beijing, is that they are super dry. Like I have to use chapstick all the time. My hands are super dry, my legs. Yeah, because the air is so dry. That's the really big advantage and the thing I don't like about it. So I just 多喝热水. I just drink more water. But other than that, they're not bad. Especially, I lived in Shenyang for a year, and it's even further north than Beijing, and that was really cold. Like I would walk outside, and then just like my nose did not like the little hairs in my nose would just freeze over because it was so cold. Beijing doesn't get that cold, luckily. And then last year in Harbin was also extremely cold. So cold. But I would go there again because it's absolutely worth it. So Beijing winters are not that cold. It hasn't snowed yet. Yeah, Goudkaas. I do miss the cheese. 好像奶酪. That's what I love to eat. I miss some Dutch food. But hopefully I should get some Dutch food here in a couple of weeks. Oh, thank you, Xingzhao. That's a nice comment. I'm so glad to hear that you had chose to spend around 10 years living and working in China. China's not perfect. I hope you enjoy your time here. And wherever you go next, 10 years, good luck and welcome back. That's nice. Thank you. Yeah, I'm happy to have been here as well for 10 years. It has brought me many, many good things. And China's not perfect, but neither is the Netherlands. There are a lot of countries that no country is perfect. I am seeing Brandon his question, and you saw me look over, but my cat has disappeared. So I'm definitely a cat person. Miguel and I actually have 2 cats. They are not anywhere near me right now. You can see one of them in one of my videos about COVID. She is in the thumbnail, and she also hangs out next to me. We have 2 cats, Sporty and Ethel, and we've had them for 7 and 4 years. Okay, I'm gonna answer a few more questions, and then I think I'm gonna end it in maybe 5 more minutes. Then we're at an hour because I still have to do some work. I'm following a course, like a professional development course, and tomorrow morning I have my final class at 8 a.m. and I have to do some prep for that. I still have to watch some videos, so I'm going to do that in a moment after a few more questions, and then yeah, then we'll end it. Oh, a funny question. Oh yeah, do Beijing foreigners discriminate Shanghai foreigners or vice versa? I don't think so. I mean, I don't know really. I know that like the Beijingers, like Chinese Beijingers, have a certain image of the people from Shanghai and vice versa. There's always some kind of like battle between the cities. And I get it because the cities are very different. But I don't know if there is like a real battle between the two cities going on. Mm-mm-mm. Oh yeah, second language is German. Lots of people speak German in the Netherlands. I should go to Guangdong. Yes, I would really like to go to Guangdong to explore. Actually, I could have been in Ningbo right now. Miguel is there for on a trip. I was invited too, but yeah, I had to work unfortunately, so I couldn't come along. You can find his photos on TripBitten or under his own account, Miguel Roberg, where he posts some of those photos of his trip to Ningbo. If you're interested in that. But yeah, Guangdong, would love to go there. Oh, Mr. Havishman, thank you. He's saying that he loved the video with the family, the Kazakh family in the yurt. Yeah, if you want to hear me speak Chinese, you should check that one out because I talked with the father of the family. Yeah, it was very special going there and being there and experiencing a whole day with them, with their sheep and how they live. Very unique experience. Oh yeah, with the dry winters comes with static electricity. Don't even get me started. Like my clothes, even if I pet my cat, if I touch her nose, she gets like a shock. She does not like me in winter. Big thumbs up to you, my friend. Thank you, Mahar. All right, and that's the end of the almost. Sorry, last comment. Same, like Shanghai and Beijing is like the 020 and 010 people in the Netherlands, which is Amsterdam and Rotterdam. Yeah, those are rivals too. Like Groningen, Friesland, those are also always battling and going against each other. Wow. So a live stream on your own is quite different than a live stream with other people. My previous ones were with Nico from Where's Nico and Miriam from Miriam in China, and then I did one with Jamie and Lauren as well a while ago. And it's different because now I've talked for an hour on my own, and in those videos, in those live streams, it was the three of us, so a lot easier because three of us were talking. But I really enjoyed it, actually, being here with you guys and answering some of your questions and reading all of your comments and supporting me here on my channel. Yeah, so I was a little bit worried at the beginning, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you joined us later, you can watch it back. I talked about well, first saying thank you for subscribing and liking and watching my videos. I really appreciate that. Then I talked a little bit about the 10 years in China series, why I made those, how we made them, what some of the challenges were, my favorite episodes, and then I talked about what's coming up next on the channel. So if you missed that part and you want to know what's coming next, make sure to rewatch it from the beginning and you will know what the next video will be about. Oh, yeah, I figured that I saw some of that, but I couldn't read all of it. It was all in Chinese. So hopefully next time Miguel can moderate. He's not around. Um, but I'm glad. Oh, Peter, what about recommend some Dutch cuisine? Okay, last one, Dutch cuisine. It's gonna make my mouth water. I miss Dutch food. I mean, yeah. Um, we don't really have anything, to be honest. I think, in my opinion, there is no real Dutch dish that you should absolutely eat. We have like foods and snacks. Um, Salted herring is typical. You should eat the stroopwafels, like the syrup waffles. The herring is very Dutch. All the cheese, but of course, that's not any real dish. All right. Yes, like I said, I'm gonna end it because we've been going for an hour and I have some work to do if I wanna pass my course and get a certificate. Otherwise, I won't get it. So I'm gonna watch my videos, then maybe even edit some more so I can have a video up on Thursday because Miguel is also gonna be on a trip next week. So he won't be able to help much this week and next week. Yes, I'm taking it. We're gonna keep going because this is the moment. We're growing and we're growing on a good pace. Manuel saying seize the moment. So I want to say thank you all for watching and being here with me. I really appreciate it. And I had a lot of fun reading all your comments and talking with you. Let me know in a comment if you, under this video, if you want to see any specific videos in the future so we can think about those. And if those videos, your suggestion gets a lot of thumbs up, we will definitely consider making a video about your topic. So again, thank you for joining me. Thank you for all of your support. That is really motivating. Have a good day. Have a good afternoon. Have a good weekend. And see you soon. And maybe we'll have a 20K Q&A celebration soon. See you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye, guys.